Business Champion. This is Tale Alimi. Today I decided to record a video on the cost of success. I've been speaking about taking 100% responsibility for your success in life, and I shared a story. If you haven't read the story I shared, I would like to kindly ask you to go to my blog. It's on my website, talealimi.com. I shared a story about taking 100% responsibility for your life and about how I learned the hard way. Now, as I thought about it, I also said that I was going to share tips about how you can practically take 100% responsibility for your success. I said so because I realized that it's one thing to challenge people and charge them. It's another thing to give people practical tools or things that they can implement. Okay, so today I decided to record this video to share some practical tools that I apply. Okay, so it's not something that's theoretical, it's something that I'm actually living, that I believe that can help you take responsibility for your success. Now, when I sharing tools, or when I learn tools from people, I try it on for size, which means that I try to see which of them will work for me, because I realize that not everything will work for everybody. Okay, but I think it's good to be empowered with tools that you can use to achieve results, and that's why when I see a new tool, I don't just discount it and say, I try it for size and see how it works. If it works for me and it's something that I can adopt, I do. If it doesn't, I discard it. And for me, what I'm going to share with you today are tools. If it works for you, by all means adopt it. If it doesn't, then it's just another piece of information. Okay, but one of the things I learned from a lady I met, Mylene, she was the oldest in my fellowship that I went to last year in the US. She said that what the eye has seen, rather, it cannot unsee. Okay, so at least if you're empowered with the information, your mind has expanded and you can decide to use it or not to use it. So today I'm going to be talking about the cost of success. I'm sure you've always heard people say you have to pay the price for success. I don't know about you, every time I hear paying the price, I kind of cringe. I cringe because I'm like, pay the price, because in my mind I hear sacrifice, okay? And I'm like, what do I need to sacrifice for this thing called success? And then sometimes a picture in my mind might be of that, you hear about that man who sacrificed his family, sacrificed everything in pursuit of success and all that stuff, and then ended up becoming a billionaire, or maybe became lonely. You hear all those kind of funny stories, and your subconsciously you're like, I don't know if that's the kind of success I want and all that stuff, but I decided to practically share what the price of success is, or from my perspective. Okay, and my perspective is hinged on my spiritual convictions, okay, and sort of my work over the years in trying to delineate this thing called success. Okay, now, so if you say my perspective is biased, okay, it is based on my foundation, on where I'm coming from, and on what influences me as a human being. Now, I have to be vulnerable with you. For years, I've been striving. I strive to be successful. Okay, I strive to be successful because I thought that success was something that you attained, and then when you attain it, you're like, yes, I've gotten there, I'm successful. So I remember I used to say, whatever it takes to be successful that is legal, that is not against my spiritual beliefs, I was willing to do. I used to always say that. But I realized that I was misinformed because I kept striving and I wasn't happy and it was never enough, and and I was never able to be satisfied with myself. I felt like if I didn't attain that thing called success, that I was less of who I needed to be. Okay, and that was just a wrong motivation. Success is not based on performance or based on all those sort of things. Now, they always said success is not a destination. So there's no place called success, really. Success is a journey, and I like a definition by Earl Nightingale, and it says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Did you hear that? Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So success really is progress, okay? It's progress in achieving what I would say your God-given vision, the reason why you're on this earth. If you're making progress towards it, you are successful, okay? You're a successful person, okay? Now, however, success, okay, is who you already are. Now, let me tell you a story. So, I told my son the other day to go to my library and pick a book of the month. You know, encouraging his reading habit. He gets to read a book every month, and he picked a book. And when he picked the book and I saw it, I smiled. The title of the book is "Success is Who You Are" by Sam Adeyemi. I smiled at that title because that title is so apt, because as children of God, okay, God our Father has created us in His image and His likeness, okay? So, because we are God's children, we are already successful. So, we are not trying to succeed, we are already successful. What we do when we take steps, when we make efforts, okay, is we are becoming, we want to bring into the physical manifestation what we already are. So if you believe that you were created by God the Almighty, you know, this supreme being, okay, you're already successful because you're created in the image of God. Alright? So you don't need to try to be successful. You are successful. Now, it is from the place of accepting that concept, okay, that I now share what I say is the price to now bring in that success that you already are into your current reality. Okay, I hope you got that concept. Okay, if you didn't get the concept, please watch that part of this video again and listen to it. So you are already successful. You can never strive to attain success. Success is who you are. Now, so when we say you have to pay a price for success, what are we really saying? We're really saying that you have to, from the understanding that you're already successful, take some steps, do some things to bring it into your current reality, what you already are. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, so when they say, okay, you have to pay a price, are you doing the cost of it? What's the price? I decided to share 5 things that I believe are, in quote, the price of success, so that it becomes very practical for you, so that you will know, okay, what do I really mean by paying the price? Now, the first thing, okay, that I believe is the price you need to pay for success is belief. Okay, belief. To believe, okay, that you are already successful. Now, I find out that it is so hard for people to believe that they are already successful. And you know why it's so hard? Because we're influenced by our 5 senses. You know, as human beings, by what we see, by what we hear, by what we smell, by what we touch, what we feel. And because we're influenced by our 5 senses, your environment might not look successful, okay? Where you are around you might not look successful. And when you judge based on those things, it's hard to believe that you're already successful. It's hard to believe that, if something doesn't happen right now, a miracle, or you hammer or something, that you are successful. But the truth of the matter is, I know that even the Bible says, Jesus Christ said, if only you can believe, okay? If only you can believe that you are already successful. Do you know that a lot of people will just relax and have peace in their life, knowing and believing that you are already successful? Why is that so important? Because you see, if you are going from one place to another, the motivation to move from where you are to where you want to go, let's say you want to go from Ikeja to Lekki, okay, the motivation to make the effort to use whatever means of transportation to go from Ikeja to Lekki is a belief that Lekki exists. Do you understand that? If you cannot believe that Lekki exists, you won't make the efforts to go from Ikeja to Lekki. You keep saying, I beg this Lekki, or I beg, I can't stress myself. Where am I going where it doesn't exist? But because you know that Lekki exists, you're willing to make the effort to go from Ikeja to Lekki, because you know that when you set out, you will most likely get to Lekki because Lekki exists. So same with the belief that you are already successful. So in your business, okay, if you start a business saying, let me just try, I don't even know if I'll succeed, okay? I'm not saying that you must always succeed, but I'm saying that if success is who you are, okay, and you have that conviction, and you approach whatever you're doing from that conviction, okay, you most likely are going to be willing to do what it takes to get to that destination or to get to that thing or that goal you're working towards, because you believe. So belief is the first and most important price you have to pay. You have to pay the price to get your mind to the space where you can believe. Okay? Now, I mean, you might have been told, through your family relations or through people that, different things that are blocking people from believing that they're already successful. Maybe things somebody has said to you in the past, or maybe lack of exposure, or maybe just life circumstances hard. So the work you need to do, the price you need to pay, is to get your mind to the place where you actually believe that you are successful, and that whatever you do, okay, will succeed because you are already successful. That's the first price you need to pay, the price of belief. Okay? Now, have you noticed that happens to do with doing anything? It has a lot to do with the mind, engaging your mind, and I find that that's one of the hardest things for a lot of people. It's easy for me to say, oh yeah, go and jump 10 times and you are successful, but it's hard for people to simply believe. As simple as belief is, it's one of the hardest concepts for a lot of people. And that's why for many years I was very performance driven, trying to be successful, instead of embracing the fact that I was already successful. And so all the things I needed to do were just in responding from that place. So that's why it's my first tool, and very important to lay the foundation for the other things. Alright? The second thing in your journey to be successful is information. Getting information. Now, if I believe, for example, let me tell you some practical things that I believe I am. I believe I'm a great runner. Okay? Now, by the way, when I mean long runner, I mean long distance runner. By the way, I was not an athlete, never been an athlete rather. Any time in my life, from primary school, secondary school, no. But I've always been into keeping fit. And because I've always been into keeping fit, I found running something that I enjoyed that helped me keep fit. And then I joined the running club and I became a longer distance runner. Now, and then one of the items on my bucket list was to run a marathon. And so I started to run, and I ran my first marathon, and I didn't finish in great timing, but it was okay. At least I joined the 1% of people in the world that run the marathon, and I'm excited about it. Now, I have decided that I just don't want to be an average runner. I want to be a great runner. I want to be the best I can be. Okay, I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I want to be the best talent I can be. I want to maximize my own potential. Okay, so to do that, I have to get information on how I can become a better runner. Okay, so I started to do research. Okay, how do I become a faster runner? How do I increase my endurance? How do I build my strength? Okay, I began to do research. Okay, talk to experts in the field, talk to experts in my running club. What are the tools they use to become a better runner? Okay, and I began to gather information, okay, that will help me bring to reality what I already believe. Do you see the power of information? So the first thing, believe. The second thing, get information. Now, part of getting information was for me joining a running club, a group of people who already have experts, okay, are constantly researching on better running techniques that can mentor me, they can coach me to be a better runner. Now, I find that in our environment today, in Africa especially, Nigeria and Africa, people will rather, confess, pray, than actually take action or invest resources to get what they want. And the funny thing is, I feel that that's sad. You want something, you believe you're already successful, okay? You don't want to sharpen your tools. You don't want to get the guidance. And then you say God doesn't answer your prayer. But if you believe, the response of your belief is being willing to invest to get information. And sometimes you need to invest money, okay? Sometimes you need to invest time. Sometimes you need to just, but you will be willing to do what it takes to get the information, okay? To know what needs to be done, okay? So once you get the information, then you come up with a plan, okay? So these are like practical tools you need okay, on the road to success. So that's what I'm teaching you now, I'm sure. So you need to come up with a plan. Now, you found out what needs to be done. So for example, to become a great long distance runner, a few things I found that I needed to do. Number one, of course, run regularly, okay? Number two, to improve my speed, I have to do a couple of things. Strength training. I started to go to the gym to strengthen my legs, my calf, my nerves, my sciatic nerves, just to strengthen my legs. The stronger I am, the better a runner I will be. I found out that if I want to improve my speed, I have to do interval work. I have to do hill runs. Those things to also make me a faster runner. I found out that if I lose weight, I will run faster. So already I have a plan to lose weight so that I can run faster. So you see, and so, but to make this happen, I have to come up with a plan. Okay, now my plan includes how do I structure my time, okay, to make all these things a reality. So I have a plan for running, okay, I have a plan for going to the gym. So I know that I go to gym X day and X day to do strength training, to do yoga. I run this day and this day to build distance, speed, endurance. I do interval trainings to build my speed. So I have a plan and a calendar of things I need to do consistently, okay, to be able to achieve my results, to bring to the physical manifestation what I already believe, which is that I am a great runner. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to make it as practical as possible. So same with your business, okay? You believe that you are the CEO of a multi-million blah 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 business. What does that mean? You get information, you get coaching, you get whatever, and then you come up with a plan, okay? Now, and then when you come up with a plan, you have tools to help you bring the plan to reality. So what kind of tools am I talking about? Now, tools like, first thing, one tool I have is what I call energy management, okay? What does that mean? It means that I understand myself. I understand my most productive times of the day. I schedule my time to be able to make time for the things that are important to me. So for example, I'm training, if you read my email or you read my blog, I'm training to become a full stack web developer, to build my platform, or at least to take a more closer role in building my platform. I found out that very early in the mornings, my brain is really fresh and I absorb knowledge very easily. So I do a lot of my lessons in the morning between 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. I do my first lessons around that time. The thing to be able to make that happen, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. so I can say my morning prayers. And also I try to sleep before 10 p.m. so that I can at least get adequate sleep and wake up on time to accommodate that. See what I mean by energy management? Because I know those are the best times for me and all that. And then to train to run, immediately afterwards, I also go and run, okay, in the mornings, to get the days that are scheduled for running. I go and run early in the mornings to also meet my goals to become a great long distance runner that I already believe I am. I already believe that I'm a full stack web developer. I am doing what it takes and I'm managing my energy through the day. I'm planning my time, I'm scheduling my time, okay, to ensure that I spend the best times during the day pushing my goals and my dreams and what I already believe that I am forward, okay? So that's how you do. So that's the third thing, you plan. Now, and you plan and you manage. So I do energy management. The second thing I do is I reinforce my vision, okay? I reinforce my vision. How do I reinforce my vision? I reinforce my vision through saying my vision to myself every day, okay? So it's called, some people call it affirmation, people call it confession, but every single day. Before when I heard that, say your vision to yourself every day, I think I heard it from one of these speakers, maybe Brian Tracy, and also I'm like, every day, okay, I beg. But when I became serious about achieving the things that I desire, so remember what I'm talking about, the price you have to pay, okay? So that it don't look like one highfalutin price and all that. I'm telling you practical things. So when I realized that reinforcing a vision was one of the tools to help me stay focused, Okay, every morning after I say my morning prayers, I bring out my vision and I reinforce. I speak it to myself. That way, I'm affirming it, I'm reinforcing it, and it gives me what some people call it ginger, Abby, but the motivation to face my day and make it a reality through the activities I need to do through my plan. Okay, so you see the first three things: belief, get information, plan, and then alongside planning, make sure you have tools to help you achieve your vision. The fourth thing that's very important in terms of the price you have to pay for success is discipline. Okay? Or somebody says stick to itiveness, which is the ability to do what you say you will do long after the motivation, the ginger has left you. The ability to do what you say you will do. Okay, so when I started my training as a full stack developer, I started very angry because, if you read my blog, I was disappointed, I was angry with myself, and I just pushed the anger, and the anger provided the adrenaline for the first week. And in 1 week, I learned 2 programming languages. But by the second week, when I hit a stumbling block of a hard programming language that I found that I was struggling to learn, I had to remind myself again of my mission. I had to slow down a bit, but I had to stick to it and learn it even when I didn't feel excited and motivated. I kept telling myself, okay, I am going to be a full stack developer, web developer in real life. I believe I'm already am in my mind, okay? And so if this is the process, okay, I have to stick to it. I find that one of the things that a lot of businesses don't do is stick to their vision or stick to what they're working on when things get tough. Okay, or even the ability to, some people are great planners, I have some clients that are amazing planners, they can plan and all that, but that ability to stick to a plan, okay, and keep at it when things are tough, I find that it's a challenge for anybody. But this is why discipline is important. Self-discipline is important, and just getting to the point. So for me as a Christian, I always say to myself when things are hard, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Even when I'm running, it's the same thing. Sometimes I'm tired, I want to stop, but I keep telling myself I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And because I believe in it, I apply myself to it, and I see the results of the belief by responding with my action. Okay? The fifth thing I want to talk about, in quote, the price for success is flexibility. Okay, now on the one hand, you say I'm saying stick to it, and I'm saying flexibility. Yes. Now I find that so you have this plan, this is how I want to achieve what I want to achieve and all that, this is my goal. Every single person who's achieved any success in life has met with stumbling blocks. All right, every single person who's achieved success in life has met with stumbling blocks. You have to be flexible enough not to be so fixated on one way of getting to where you want to get to. The road to success or achieving your goal, that worthy ideal that you're working towards, is not a straight road. There will be a lot of bumps, ups and downs, discouragement here, a bit of failure here, this, that. Sometimes I feel like giving up. But your ability to be flexible and adaptable, knowing that, okay, I want to go to Lekki from Ikeja. Well, I thought I'll pass Third Mainland Bridge, but Third Mainland Bridge is blocked. Can I find a way to pass through Murtala Mohammed Way and pass Eko Bridge? Or, just your ability to be flexible. Instead of saying, I'll not do it again. This thing is too hard. Let me go back to Ikeja. And that's what a lot of people do. Because they are so fixated in one way. When it doesn't work, they give up. No. You have to be willing to be flexible and fluid, like water to flow. To say, this didn't work, but what can work? This didn't work, but what can work? So there's always another way. But then if you have programmed your mind, there's only one way, only this way or no other way, your mind is not going to be creative enough to come up with solutions, new solutions, okay? I say to my clients that I coach that, the truth. We have strategy sessions, okay? We come up with a plan. You test the plan. So I tell them there's no foolproof plan, but you test the plan. And after you test the plan, okay, we will then Evaluate, is it working? What is working? What didn't work out? What can we do differently? And then we adjust accordingly. Okay, flexibility is very important in achieving that your body ideal. So these are like 5 things I wanted to share in terms of the price you have to pay for success. Now, it's not exhaustive. Like I said, there's so many tools out there, but these are 5 tools that I apply, and I've applied over the years, and I've seen how they've shaped my life. Now, will I say I'm where I want to be in terms of the things I want to achieve in life? Nope. But am I successful? Yes, because success is who I am, and because I am making progressive effort or progressively achieving that dream, that desire that I have in my heart to impact the lives of millions of people in the world, to help more people create successful businesses in the world. And for me, every day I wake up to that happiness and joy in knowing that I am a successful person and I'm making progressive steps to make it a reality. I want to challenge you to do the same thing for yourself. Now, if you read my email, I talked about having a few slots to work with people in May and June in my Business Ignite program. I'm going to put a link somewhere close to this video. I like to encourage you to, check out that program if you know that you are ready, okay, to make the investment in yourself to achieve the success that you desire. I want to work with you and guide you through the 4 sessions of my Business Ignite program to create the roadmap, to test it, okay, and to come up with that blueprint that will give you the acceleration you need to succeed in building that business or that next level of product or service that you need to achieve. Okay, I hope that these tools have been helpful. I would really like to read your comments to see, to hear what you thought about it and how you are going to apply it to achieve the success you desire. And I hope I've been able to demystify that whole paying the price, okay, to show you practically that it's not something you cannot do. There are things that you can do, and there are things that as you do, you become a better person. Because somebody said success is not really about what you achieve, it's who you become. Okay, for me, what long distance running does for me is that the more I push myself and challenge myself, the more I'm inspired about the person I am becoming by seeing my capacity and my possibility. I hope that these tools, you will apply them. You will not just hear. Remember what I shared that Mylene taught me? What the ears have heard, it cannot unhear. You've heard this thing. And a mind that is expanded by an original idea cannot go back to its size. Don't just get the information. Apply the information and let it transform your life so that you can become the success that God has said you are. Thank you for listening.